What's up, everyone? I am Ernest Dove of the Dove Report. Wanted to give a quick kind of preview for the pitchers today. 3 of the pitchers in the New York Mets farm system listed as starters today. Kind of intriguing guys, couple of wild card guys. I have different projections for all 3, so I want to get into that. Maybe get some of your thoughts on some of this depth of shorts. Guys could be going in really different, drastic directions for the Mets organization. I want to start down in low A with the mystery guy, right-handed pitcher Owen Woodward. He's now 24 years old. He's a former 15th round pick in the 2024 draft, so he is a Stearns guy at the end of the draft who never pitched until this year, and he's only made about 5 appearances so far. So not pitching for 2 years, kind of randomly shows up this year. Looks like he may be an old school kitchen sink guy. He's a right-handed guy. They have a lot of his StatCasts look like he's low 90s, and that's being generous. It looks like he's a lot of non-fastballs in all of his arsenal at this point. He's technically a starter for each game every week, but he only goes 1 to 2 innings. And he looks like, again, he's going to throw everything at you. Kind of curious, what do you do with a guy like this? 24 years old already, finally making his debut, technically starting games, like pitching the first inning. I would think possibly perhaps this could be a depth kind of arm projection long-term. Reliever, kind of middle inning guy, maybe. We'll see how he progresses. Also in high A, the younger guy, Nicholas Corenho. Again, he's the fireballer, 95-plus, 20-year-old lefty. And I'm going to be honest. Hey, Dove, you haven't talked about Corenho in weeks, man. What's going on? You love the guy. Well, I'm going to be honest. Since going to the high A level, he has a 4.57 ERA. And what's going on is he's been known as a guy with not a lot of good command, but it was getting better in low A. At high A, he's kind of gone back to his old self of sorts, really high. 45 in the third innings, 34 walks. Is he getting dominated in high A? No. Only 33 hits allowed in those 45 innings. The opponent slugging percentage is only 346. I'm not mentioning OPS because you're factoring other things like on-base percentage. Guys are getting on base. I'm just curious overall, what do you do with a lefty like Nicholas Corenho? He's now still only 20. They've pushed him to high A already. I continue to respectfully see him as a reliever, but they continue to start him. He's pitching 3-4 innings at a time. Usually, and even other people online, they say, hey, you know what? Continue to let them start for the sole purpose of practicing all of their pitches. Why only go 1 inning throwing everything fast as you can? More player development by going 2, 3, maybe even a 4th inning for now. But I think by the time he gets to Double A, even possibly Triple A, as a natural progression, I can see Nicholas Corenho being a 98-plus mile per hour pen arm. I don't know if you guys, if you're also familiar with him from my videos and everything else, do you think that should be the route no matter what? Or because he's only 20, do you want to see if he can still be a legit bona fide starter, go 5-6 innings, improve the pitch command? Then we have my guy, Double A, the new guy, Gil Hill. I've been talking about him online a lot. Not really a comparison. I don't want to make it such, but Mets-centric. I've been calling him the right-handed Zach Thornton because even this season, combined between the affiliates, other organization, Gil Hill has a 1.96 walk per 9 inning rate. He throws a lot of strikes. I believe he's also a low 90s guy, but I believe he could get 92, 93, 94 perhaps. I'm curious now, what do you do with a guy like Gil Hill? At the Double A level with the other organizations he was at prior to the trade, he was giving up a lot of hits. And I did notice the BABIP against Gil Hill this season is 333. That feels a little high to me. Does that mean bad luck? Does that mean not a lot of wonderful run prevention defense behind Gil Hill in his prior organization and those affiliates? Maybe that's something to be seen. But again, he gave up a lot of hits this year per innings pitched. Now he's with the Mets, extreme small sample size. The hits are down. The walks are still good. The K rate is like a tiny bit better in his 2 brief starts so far for the Mets. He doesn't really have a high K rate either. So that's another concern I know a lot of people have. I hate FIP for the life of me, and I'm sure a lot of people will point that out as a future thing for someone like him if the K rate doesn't go up. But again, not really high K rate, very low walk rate. Ball's going to be in play, perhaps. That's going to be his thing. It's going to be up to the defense and run prevention. I see Gil Hill as being an SP5, SP6, SP7 type guy. Maybe the ceiling could be SP4 in a rotation based on maybe things like the K rate and how successful he is at eating innings. Can Gil Hill be one of those kind of quality start guys? 6 innings, 3-4 runs. Doesn't sound amazing, but if he eats the innings, 6 1/3, 7, 3-4 runs, that's not bad, depending on how balanced your offense is. That's the pitching preview of sorts tonight. They have, I believe, Xavier Curry starting in AAA. Kind of a depth piece, older guy for AAA. You know my thoughts on some of the rotations now. It's all about Tong and Wenninger figuring them out amongst some of the relievers. You guys let me know your thoughts about these 3 guys. Do you see potential rotation guys out of any of the 3? Are you as excited already about a Gil Hill, despite the low 90s, despite the hits per 9? Do you still like him? Let me know in the comments.